Alright, example 2. Here are 3 equations. Each represent the relationship between the number of games x and the number of rides y. So still keeping with that same scenario as example 1. And the dollar amount a student is spending, so it doesn't say 20 like the last problem, so we could have different spending amounts. And we're at a different amusement park, so our prices could also be different, so notice that. Alright, so we've got equation 1. X plus y equals 20, so you can easily interpret that it's $1 for each game. And so as I'm doing this, I'm glancing back over here to remember which variable represents what, and $1 each ride. And I can go through and do that. So this would be the cost per game, 1 would be the cost per ride, cost per game, cost per ride. So what's the number of rides? So we're going to work with equation 3 for these 2 questions. And just know that you could do this with equation 1 or 2. So we're going to take x plus 4, y equals 28. So notice these would be the dollars amount that students can spend. So just putting all that in context. So what's the number of rides a student could get on if they don't play any games. So if we don't play any games, how many games are we playing? 0. So x is 0. And then we want to figure out the number of rides, y. So we're going to work just with this equation. So this problem told me x is 0. We're not writing any rides, so we're not going to spend any money on, we're not going to spend any money on games. X is 0, which is games. So then we would do 0 for x plus 4y equals 28. Well, adding 0 doesn't do anything, so we can cross that out, and we're left with 4y equals 28. We can divide both sides by 4, and we're going to get y equals 7. So what does that mean? If Miss Broadway, based on this equation, plays 0 games, she can do 7 different rides at this amusement park and spend $28, right? Connecting it back to all the different pieces of the equation. So let's write an ordered pair here. And then it says, on the coordinate plane, mark this situation. So this is my x-axis. This is my y-axis. Notice x correlates to games, y correlates to rides. And I am at 0 for games, right? 0 for games, so 0 on the x, and 7 for y. So that's going to be right there. All right. What's the number of games a student can play if they don't get on any rides? So rides is y. So if y is 0, what is x? Is basically what this is asking. So we're still going to stay with that same equation. So we've got x plus 4 times 0, right? Y is 0 now, equals 28. 4 times 0 is 0, so that cancels out. X equals 28. So let's make this into an ordered pair. 28 comma 0. So that's your x, and this is your y. So you go 0 on the y. So 28x. So we're over here. All right. So then we can sort of connect this line the best we can. So it's a pretty shallow slope. So really what we found here is some intercepts. And this is really important. This would be our y-intercept, and its coordinates are 0, 7. This would be our x-intercept. It's where it intersects the x-axis, and it is 28, 0.